What up, guys? It's Essential. I'm back to teach you guys how to rotate your holy power properly. I've been getting this a lot. A lot of new people are turning to HPAL as a new character, etc., and you guys need help learning how to rotate your holy power properly. So I've written down a few notes, few rules as to how to rotate them. So let's get right into it. To start off, you've got 5 generators, which is going to be your Holy Shock, your Bestow Faith, which is a PvP talent, or just a talent rather. Your Hammer of Wrath, which requires wings to be active. Your Crusader Strike and Flash Heal or Holy Light. And quick note on Flash Heal versus Holy Light. You pretty much always want to Flash Heal unless you're playing the Lights Grace talent. And you pretty much only want to play the Lights Grace talent if you're playing with casters on your team, as well as you're playing against an enemy team that has a lot of single target damage, okay? So otherwise, only press Flashlight, in my opinion, because you're not going to be allowed to cast Holy Light. You're going to be kicked. You're going to be stopped. A lot of the time, it's a very long cast time, so you're not going to get a lot of value from it. So just play the Darkest Before Dawn talent if you want more throughput overall. Anyways, next, we're going to go into the priority of your Holy Power generators. And first of all, Holy Shock, obviously, it's very short CD, does a lot of healing. Next, I'm going to put Hammer of Wrath because it's not up all the time, but when it is, you want to be using it because it costs 0 mana to use it. And it does some damage. It's great for long-term games, but it doesn't provide any healing. So then Bestow Faith is next. This is a great, very low-cost heal, and it'll give you the Holy Power once it procs after 5 seconds. So try to always use that on cooldown preemptively. Then you can fill with like Crusader Strike or Flash Heal as need be, but you pretty much want to rotate between your Holy Shock, Hammer Wrath, and Bestow Faith, and then that'll get you to your 2 or 3 Holy Power, so that you can then use your Vanquisher's Hammer, which also generates a Holy Power, and then you get your big Word of Glory off, right? So always use your Vanquisher's Hammer for when you want huge healing, and you want to be sure you have 2 Holy Power before you Vanquisher's Hammer, so that once you Vanquisher's Hammer, you can use your Word of Glory with your Light of Dawn proc that comes with Vanquisher's Hammer, okay? So that's pretty much the priority. Now we're going to go down into the ideal rotation, which is Holy Shock and Bestow Faith, like I said, Vanquisher's Hammer, and then use, okay, I actually just went through all that. So once those two or three abilities are on cooldown, let's say you use Holy Shock, you use Bestow Faith, you don't have wings up, now you're going to look to use fillers, which is I consider to be Crusader Strike and Flash of Light. Okay, they're pretty much equal, and it just depends on the situation as to what you want to use. Flash of Light is more mana intensive, and Crusader Strike costs less mana, but you're trading off getting actual throughput healing with the Flash of Light versus just some damage and building a Holy Power versus Crusader Strike. So first of all, use Crusader Strike when you are near a totem or a pet of some sort, like a lock pet is sitting on you the whole game, or a hunter pet, whatever. It could be an Earth Ellie, any little totem minion pet thing, you could Crusader Strike, or if not, an enemy as well. And also, if you're getting trained and you're trying to kite around pillars, let's say you Freedom and Steed, and they are keeping up with you, it's very important for you to try to have uptime in your Holy Power and in your abilities. Like, you want to be pressing your buttons while you're running around, okay? Try to have no downtime at all. So using Crusader Strike when a melee is training you can be very helpful as well. And then if you absolutely need to, like you're playing against like an Aflock and a Demon Hunter, right? And you just need the most throughput in the game possible, and you're not really allowed to cast Flashlight because they both have kicks up, you can run into like the DH, the Warlock, the enemy healer, and just spam Crusader Strikes because you know you're going to need that Holy Power to keep your team alive, okay? So then we're going to go into when to use Flash of Light, right? You use Flashlight when your teammates like need some sort of healing. Obviously, if they don't need healing and you can still build Holy Power by meleeing something, then do that. That's better. But first of all, you can spam Flashlight if they don't have both kicks up. If you're not going to be CC'd, you're towards the pillar and they need some healing, right? And then if they do have kicks up, and you do need one more holy power, you're not in range of anything to Crusader Strike, your other stuff's on cooldown, then you use Divine Favor to heal them as well. And you can use this if they need a little bit of extra healing, right? But the main purpose of Divine Favor is to generate you a holy power relatively safely when you're like at a pillar or something and your teammate needs some healing, okay? And like I had said, use a flash of light when you're not in range of anything to Crusader Strike as well. Okay, so that's pretty much how to rotate Holy Power. I'm going to give us a breakdown real quick of like what it looks like in an arena or something, just on these training dummies. So pretty much out the gates, I'm just going to target myself here, give myself Beacon. I'm always going to Holy Shock and then Bestow Faith. Sometimes I'll even cast a Flash Heal right here so that I have 3 Holy Power like as soon as the Bestow Faith procs in 5 seconds, okay? If not, well, from this position, I would then either generate more holy power if I have time, or if I know that my team's about to take a ton of damage, I'll use my Vanquisher's Hammer and then use my Word of Glory and top my team. Huge healing right there. I proc the wings, so now I want to prioritize using Hammer of Wrath. I'm building. I used both of my hammer charges. My team's chilling. I'm going to use Crusader Strike. I see this is back up. Bam. Vanquisher's Hammer. Topping my team. Let's say I'm not near something. Divine Favor plus Holy Shot, or Flashlight rather, and just topping my team. Rotating my abilities, right? Let's say I need a Holy Power right now. Crusader Strike. Bam. Proc the wings. Holy Shock. Bestow Faith. Crusader Strike, bam. Hammer of Wrath is back up, use that. Holy Shock. Now I'm sitting by a pillar, I don't want to be in melee. And now I'm just pressing Word of Glory. I've procced a million wings back to back to back. If you guys can do this in your games, you're going to feel like a freaking monster. Just doing incredible throughput healing throughout the entire game. I literally haven't pressed wings yet. And that's pretty much what you want to do, okay? There's 2 ways for you guys to kind of practice or improve on this in your own gameplay, and one would be in duels, okay? I recommend if you're struggling with this, try to just sit outside of Orgrimmar and duel people and rotate your holy power and top yourself throughout a duel, right? If I duel my friends between arena queues or something, I am normally never dead in a duel, literally ever. I always have something being rotated to where I am healing myself, bopping myself, bubbling, trinketing. I know how to rotate my cooldowns and my holy power so that I'm never dead. Okay, so if you are dueling people and you're dying consistently, maybe you're getting kicked, maybe you didn't have holy power going into a stun or something. These are things you can recognize in duels and then utilize or improve on in your arena gameplay as well. And then the other option for rotating holy power would just be like watch streamers, watch myself, watch my videos, and check in the top left to see like how I'm rotating my holy power appropriately. So without further ado, let's go into some of the gameplay. You'll see right out of the gates, I'm going to use Holy Shock and Bestow Faith on myself or on a teammate. Every game I do this, you want to have 2 holy power always so that if you're caught with your pants down, you can use Vanquisher's Hammer to get your 3rd and top your team immediately. You just need 2 globals. So doing this, the game hasn't started. Now I kind of have some downtime. I'm going to keep generating holy power, killing the totems, which is always a good idea, and kind of just waiting for something to happen here. But I plan on using Vanquisher's Hammer or Word of Glory and then just healing my team here. So right there, I'm Crusader striking the pet for no reason. I'm already at 5 holy power. I don't really want to use my tier set proc, but now that I've taken some damage, you can see in the top right of my screen what my abilities are. And I use a Word of Glory, and now I'm down to 2 holy power. So the most ideal thing for me to do next here would be to use my Vanquisher's Hammer, and then I have a ton of healing, right? So I'm pretty sure that's what I do coming out of this CC. My warrior almost gets 1 shot, so I big sacked him. We overlapped every cooldown. That's unlucky, but used Vanquisher's Hammer and Word of Glory. And then now that I have my wings going as well, my first global is Hammer of Wrath because it costs 0 mana. There I use Holy Shock. Now I have to build up another one. And so I use Vanquisher's Hammer, and now I'm back up at 3 and ready to keep healing their offensive cooldowns. So pumping, used one Word of Glory there, procced another one, which is great. We love when we can proc those. And then here I'm Crusader striking the Healing Tide totem that's near me. Normally you want to use Vanquisher's Hammer to just one-shot these, but I've already used both of mine. So using Crusader Strike to hit something that's in melee, great. Still CCing, using Hammer of Wrath, of course. And just kind of pumping, PvE healing. I see that my charge is about to drop on my Vanquisher's Hammer, so I choose to use it rather than let it go to waste there. And I'm still just Holy Shocking, Vanquisher's Hammering, Hammer of Wrathing, and Crusader Striking whenever I can to keep up Holy Power. Got my Vanquisher's Hammer charge out, so I'm ready to keep pumping my team. Got one more heal, and then also, a good thing to do is to manage like when you need to use your Vanquisher's Hammer charge or your Word of Glory with Vanquisher's Hammer. Like, if I have a stack right here and I have 3 Holy Power, like my team isn't that low right now, right? So like I could use Word of Glory and top them now, or I could just keep building 2 more Holy Power and kind of just let it the buff keep ticking to and use it like when I need it or when my team is lower health so that I get more value out of it. But just gonna keep I end up using it there, just gonna keep Crusader striking, using my procs, Bestow Faith, Holy Shock, Crusader Strike. I haven't used my flashlight much this game at all, because the Demon Hunter can kick me, and the Shaman can kick me, because I'm playing with two classes that don't cast. So I'm kind of just sitting here and rotating my Holy Power just like that. And so that's going to be the majority of how you want to do it. You'll see here right out of the gates that I'm going to generate 2 Holy Power with Bestow Faith and Holy Shock. Right here, bam, 1, 2. Let's see, I might cast a Flash Heal just to generate more Holy Power because nothing's really going on. Now I have 4 Holy Power, and now we're going to start a go. We end up trading saps here and opening. And now that the game is starting, I am using Vanquisher's Hammer, okay? It gives me 20 seconds for me to use these charges. CC'd, okay? So I use them pretty early here, which is kind of bad. Now I'm getting CC'd. I immediately Trinket Bop because I believe the Feral had berserked and you want to bop off his bleeds, but I still have so much Holy Power. I haven't really generated a whole lot here, and then immediately using Holy Shock to get my 3rd Holy Power to hopefully use my Vanquisher's Hammer charge. Looks like 1 fell off. Then I'm using Holy Shock, Bestow Faith, and a Light of the Martyr cast there. Light of the Martyr is good if you just need to heal your team a bit, but otherwise just use 1 or 2 to like help your team, or like if you're trying to cast while moving or something, or heal your team while moving. Otherwise, it's better to sit still and like flashlight. I think I use that there because the priest could be running at me to fear me. So I don't want to stand still and flash of light, and I don't want to run into melee to Crusader Strike because I'm just going to get feared. So because of that, I'm trying to run while moving, using a Light of the Martyr to heal my team during that time. So now I have 3 Holy Power, Vanquisher's Hammer charges, using my Word of Glory. I get a Divine Purpose proc. I think that's what it's called. And I'm just PvE healing. I use my proc there, have another Vanquisher's Hammer. I juke a kick here on rep, I believe. And we're feeling pretty good. I have 4 Holy Power going into this CC. I know I have a Vanquisher's Hammer charge up, so coming out of this CC, I'll either like sack if my teammate's dead, or if I know that I have time to use 2 globals, I'll Vanquisher's Hammer and then use Word of Glory and top my team. So I get full feared here, but my rogue presses evasion, and we just one bang the hunter with bolts there. And that's pretty much generally what's gonna happen. That was just like a really fast, quick example of how I rotate my Holy Power in like the first few minutes of the game. If you want to see more, check out my YouTube videos, check out my Twitch VODs, and look at how I'm rotating my Holy Power throughout my games. But otherwise, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit me up on Twitch, and don't forget, even though I'm essential, so are you, baby. Peace.